Hi, welcome to my little Pilates and yoga studio in Nidderdale. So we're going to have a bit of a mixed up kind of session today, a whole body flow. So we've got the spine, we've got the hips, and we've got a little bit in the arms and the shoulders and also the legs. So we're going to start off lying down, but first off, if you have some cushions, have a couple of those to hand, or a bolster, and a couple of blocks you might need as well. Okay, so we're going to come into lying down onto your back and just going to have your legs stretched out in front of you. Just going to have a moment to just connect our minds and bodies together. So just place and do a little bit of breathing. So just place your hand, one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly. Take a deep breath in and exhale, let it all go. Breath in and exhale, let it go. So just giving yourself permission to step over the bridge into your yoga practice. Forgetting about the hustle and bustle of the day, forgetting about what else has been going on in your day so far. And just breathe. Noticing the rise and fall of your belly, taking your attention down to your lower abdomen. Just being aware of your breathing, not trying to change anything, not trying to make anything happen. And I'd like you to take a moment to think about why you've come onto your mat today and what your intentions are. So that as you flow through your yoga poses today, and you come up to a difficult pose or a difficult sensation, you can keep that in your mind, and that will help give you the strength to stay in the pose and stay where you are. So that may be that you're here for your mental health, that perhaps you're going through a particular busy, stressful time, and you need to just take time out. Perhaps it's to help you with a certain area of your body, or that your whole body's feeling a little bit on the tight side and you want to get back to your optimal health and well-being. You want to get rid of that tightness, and maybe this is the start of that, or part of that journey. Or perhaps it's for somebody else that you can offer up your yoga practice to somebody that may be going through a difficult time right now, and you want to offer up your yoga practice for them. And if this is the case, you keep that person in the forefront of your mind throughout your yoga practice. Or it may even be for gratitude, being grateful for what you have, or those closest to you, or something. So whatever your intention may be, whatever your reasoning is for stepping onto your mat today, just keeping that in the front of your mind. And you may find that halfway through your session, it may change, and that too is completely fine. So just checking in with your body, noticing the rising and falling of your belly. You don't need to breathe in a particular way. Just noticing. Noticing beneath your hand on your chest the beating of your heart. again your breath. Just watching the thoughts that come into your mind, watching them pass. Just allowing them to pass. Now we're going to roll over onto your side, left side, coming up into sitting, and we're going to come and start our yoga practice. So we're going to start standing and we're going to come into dangling. So we just take ourselves into standing, and then just also like you, if it's comfortable for you, to draw your hands behind you and just allow yourself to just roll down, flop down to your own degree. And then if you can, bring your arms up behind you so we get into the shoulders as well. If you need to bend those knees a little, that's completely fine. So feel free to do that. Just feel the sensations, noticing what's here for you, keeping your intention in the front of your mind, and breathing. exhale, release your arms. And release your body down onto the floor. We're going to set ourselves up for Sphinx pose. So just lying down onto your front. Bringing your elbows underneath the shoulders. It's a nice little counter pose, and also for what you've been doing just now, where you were forward folded, and now we're going to gently extend the back. It just nice and gently does it. So just making sure that your pelvic bone and your lower abdomen is touching the mat, and you're pushing those forearms into the mat and gently pushing away. So depending on where you want the stress to be felt, if you want it more in the lower back, perhaps you have your arms slightly further forwards. If you prefer it more in the spine, then have your elbows closer in. Just see which position feels right for you. Take a moment to get into that. And breathe. Keeping with you your reasoning for being on your mat today. Keeping connected to the sensations in your body. Exploring them with open curiosity. What is this that I feel? What is this sensation? Let me explore this. The deeper you connect in with your body, the easier it is to let go. Once you connect to the sensations, and as we all know, the deeper and the more you can let go, the better you feel. For the next 30 seconds or so, feel free to come up onto the hands and gently turn the fingers outwards if that feels right for you in your back. If not, then just come straight back down to Sphinx and come into Seal like this, or come down into Sphinx. And then if you're being in Seal, gently bring your elbows down. And then lower your whole body down to the floor. Place one hand on top of each other, like a pillow, and place your head on your hands. And just resting here. Keeping your mind sharp, keeping your mind focused. It's easy in this position to just want to fall asleep, but just try and keep your body, your mind focused. Focusing on the breath and the sensations in your body. Few more breaths here. Take a last deep breath in. Place your hands underneath your shoulders. Begin to come up onto all fours. And just gently push your hips back, coming into child's pose, nice and gently. Two breaths here. As you're ready, we're going to bring the right leg forwards, coming into deer pose. So just bring your right leg to the front of the mat if that's comfortable for you. If you find yourself going over to the right a little bit too much, then place the block underneath your right thigh, right knee, and that should help bring you back to center a little bit more. Okay, so feel free to do that. And you may need to bring your legs a bit further away or in a little bit more, so just wiggle around a little bit until you feel the place that works for you. You might like to bring your bolster in here, because instead of twisting, we're going to forward fold. So just get comfortable and then gradually walk your hands forward, keeping your buttock cheeks down, trying not to tuck your back and your coccyx under. Gently begin to lower yourself down to your bolster. Just allow your body to sink. Maybe you don't have that bolster, or even you might prefer a block on top. Might work well for you. Just try not to let your buttocks fold forwards, keeping them on the mat. Just allow your body time to sink into the pose, keeping at the front of your mind the reason why you're here. Letting go of control. Focusing on the sensations and getting up close to that. What is this? Exploring with open curiosity. What is this I'm experiencing here? What is this I'm feeling? Let me see, let me explore. Sinking deeper and deeper with each breath. Being aware of your body and the little tiny changes that are occurring. Last breath here. And then slowly, slowly begin to work your way back up. Lovely, so we're going to swap legs now. So just bring the left leg in front of you, right leg behind. And as I said before, just take a moment to just get into the pose, get settled. Maybe first off you just sit and just kind of feel free to use the block underneath your left leg for a bit of bringing that knee up, and just helps to keep you centered. So just feel free to use that. Just let your body just sink, and then slowly begin to come down. Maybe you just come here, and that's completely fine, to see what works best for you. Or maybe you're able to come down a little bit more, or it might help you to place your arms on that bolster and have your head down. So just change it to suit your needs. Breath in, breath out. Staying in the moment, focusing your mind on the sensations that are occurring in your body. No matter how little, tiny they may feel, the more you concentrate on them, the more you can connect with your body. The more you can connect with your body, the better you feel, the better you feel, the better you heal. So just go with it. Being aware of what's going on in your body and how your mind is reacting. Just observing your thoughts. Last breath in. Exhale coming up. And we'll just place the block and the bolster away if you've had that. Just bring those legs back and we'll just stretch out those legs coming into down facing dog, walking puppy. So just push your legs back and coming into a few heel raises here. Walking the puppy, walking dog. Pushing those hips high up into the sky. Good, and then coming back down. You're coming to sit on your bottom. We're going to open up and coming into straddle. So if you have difficulty with these poses with the legs apart, feel free to bring the legs a little bit closer. Also, feel free to use the block or the balls to sit on to give you that anterior pelvic tilt, to help you to lean forwards that little bit more, okay? And then if you don't want your head dangling down, make a towel with your blocks either like this. You can bring your elbows down, bring your hand down if you don't get too much of a bend, or just place your hands on the blocks here if you find it a little bit much and reaching on the floor. If you want to support your head, like I said, just bring your head onto the blocks, hands on the legs, or if the head doesn't quite reach, just place the blocks one flat, one like this, and then you could just bring your elbows down and your head into your hands. Okay, so just play around with that and then get settled and see what works best for you. I don't seem to mind having my head down, but for some people it might well strain your neck, so see what works best for you. So just now crawling your arms forward and getting those feet up, finding your edge. Feel free to hold on to your toes, but make sure you're not pulling. Take a deep breath in, exhale, let everything just go. A lovely stretch for the hips, a lovely stretch for the spine. Focusing on the sensations. What is going on here? Exploring your body and the sensations that arise. Being open to what you might find. What is this? What shape does it take? How does it feel? Squashy? Floppy? Smooth? Any sharpness you want to pull straight away, come out. Take a last breath in. Exhale, coming up. Then we're just going to stay seated. Get your block, place that in between, next to your right knee. Get your right hand, place that on the block. Bring your left arm up and over. So we're really turning the left arm out. So you're really getting that left shoulder back. So you just place your hand on that right block. Your elbow can go, right elbow can go on your thigh, or maybe the whole of the arm reaches down. So opening up the whole of that left side there. As you breathe, feel free to place your right hand on the side of your head for support. Just keep that left shoulder back, pushing back so you feel that all the way up your left side, taking it to your edge. Remember your intention to help keep that with you throughout. Gently, gently on the next exhale, inhale, exhale, coming back up. Lovely. Placing the block to the left knee. Placing your left hand on the block, or maybe it comes a little bit higher, see what feels right for you. Just checking your position on your bolster if you're on there, or your block, or your cushions, and just making sure you haven't sloped right down towards the floor. And then we're not focused on the result, we're just focusing on our best efforts to just stay in the present moment. Left hand on the block, right arm over. Also feel free to place the back of that hand on the back of the palm of the hand on the back of the head. But just try, if you can, to avoid bringing that elbow down. And just pushing your right elbow back, opening up the right side of the body. Don't worry if you can't reach your elbow or arm down to your block. Feel free to just put it on its higher level and place your arm there if that needs to happen. Or just having your hand on your leg and staying up like that. So just, see how it feels for you. Don't try to force it to make it look a certain way. The main thing is you're feeling the stretch in that right side of the body, that we're opening that up by lifting, pushing that right shoulder back and then gently leaning over to the left. Pushing your right butt cheek, right hip down, and breathing. And just notice the difference on either side of your body. That perhaps one area is tighter than the other, and that's normal. Inhale, exhale, gently coming up. Wonderful. Feel that lovely release there. And we're just going to come off the bolster now. If you've been on the bolster, maybe you haven't. And then you're just going to get your blocks close by and we're going to come into supported bridge. So maybe start with one block flat, see how that feels, and then you can always add in another one if you like to. Okay, so just gently bring your feet towards your bottom, gently push up just a little and slide the block underneath your lower back. Just make sure that your lower back feels supported here, that you don't feel like there's any pressure on the lower back, you feel like it's solid, you've got the block underneath and all that feels good. And then you might like to bring your hands to your belly, or you could have your arms by your side, or maybe your arms, you just take hold of your elbows and your arms rest behind, and see how that feels, and keep your knees bent. Alternatively, you can have your legs straight out. It does put more pressure on the lower back, so just see how that feels for you. And if that doesn't feel good, then bend the knees. If that feels good, stay there. And you know, maybe in a moment, say a minute after a few breaths, you might begin to relax into it, and then you might decide to bring your other block on top and either keep your legs stretched out, or you might find that actually 2 blocks with the knees bent is perfect for you. So just explore at first and then settle into the pose. So So I've got my legs stretched out and I have one block and I'm not really feeling anything there. So I'm just going to re-bend my knees and then slightly lift up my butt and then bring that other block underneath. But I'm not going to let my legs stretch out straight away. I'm just going to see how it feels here. And now I'm beginning to feel a stretch in that low back area, in the hips. And that's enough for me with the knees bent. So like I said, just see what works for you. If you've had your arms behind you, gently bring them back. Just bring your feet as close as you can to your bottom. Squeeze your glutes gently, just lift your bottom just enough to slide that block underneath and away. If you've had two blocks, just rest it down onto the first block. Just let everything settle there for a moment. And then as you're ready, bring those feet close as in as you can. Just lift enough to take that block away and gently bring it back. And then just coming into a few pelvic tilts, so just keep your arms by your side. And just roll the hips away and flatten the back just a little. Not going through any pain, just nice and gently. Just easing that creep that's built up, just easing that off. So just rolling forwards, rolling back. That should begin to ease off. And then bring your feet to the edges of the mat, coming into some windshield wipers. And then just bring the knees into the chest gently. Hug, rocking your spine gently side to side. And then just take hold of the edges of the feet. Bring your knees towards the chest and bring them into the armpits. Open up your legs and hold. You can rock your happy baby if you like, or just keep it as is. Just try and draw those knees deep in and those thighs deep in. And release. And just bring your feet down. Get your arms out wide. Bring your hips to the right side of the mat. Cross your right leg over your left thigh. And if you possibly can, tuck the right foot underneath the left calf and roll your knees over to the left. Keep both shoulders down onto the floor. You might like to take your left hand, place that on top or underneath the left thigh and gently bring it down towards the floor, just to anchor your body down. Take a deep breath in, exhale. Feel the sensations. Feel what's coming up for you here. Where do you feel the resistance? Breathe. last inhale, gently bring your legs back to the middle. Uncross your legs. And then just bring your knees gently into the chest once again. Just give them a little hug. Rocking gently side to side. Just bring your legs down. And take your hips over to the left side of your mat. Cross your left thigh over your left leg over your right thigh. Hug the legs together. If you can, lift up the right leg, tuck the left foot under, roll over to the right. Keep your hips as they are. You can get your bolster, place that underneath your legs, and that gives something for your legs to rest on, which stops you from rocking so far over that your shoulders coming off. So just see what works for you. Also can be nice to roll your head in whichever way you feel works for you. So perhaps towards your knees can be really nice, or away. So wherever you feel, or just straight up, you need to do that to get the most out of it. So if you have some tension in the neck, and you find looking over to the left is just too much, feel free to change that direction of that head. Take a deep breath in, keep both shoulders down and exhale. Keeping your intention to your mind, focusing on the sensations that you're feeling in the body. What is this I'm feeling? Let me explore this. Let me get up close. Let me breathe into it. Deep breath in, exhale. Gently bring your legs back up to center. And then gently bring your knees into the chest one at a time. Just gently rocking side to side. And just rocking, bring your head into the chest. Gently rocking up into sitting. We're going to come into our last thing for the arms and the shoulders. So just get your legs stretched out in front of you, bring your arms behind. Gently lean back, spread your fingers out wide, bring your shoulders together, leaning back into your shoulders, into your arms. Embrace what you feel. Take a last inhale. Gently bring your arms a little bit closer forwards. And then lift up your head. Wonderful. Oh, that feels good. Right, so we're just going to come into cross-legged. And we're just going to just give that neck, just roll that head down and just give it a little roll. And then just coming down onto your backs. Interlace the fingers. Turn your palms inside out, reaching back. Take a deep breath in, exhale, spread out your legs, arms. Coming into Shavasana. Just allow your body to sink, giving yourself permission to have this moment of stillness, to let the muscles, the tissues rest and recover. And just see how still you can become. And when the thoughts come, just allow them to pass. Stay focused on your breathing. And enjoy this moment, this time that you have to just be at peace with yourself. now just feel free to stay here for as long as you want, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if you have the time. Otherwise, from here now, we finished. Take care. Look forward to seeing you again next time. Namaste, my friends.